friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, we are going to be talking all about my paycheck budget. It is for the paycheck that my husband and I received on October 30th, and this pay period is going from October 30th through November 4th. So even though this income came in October, most of this week that we are using this money for is in November, and I was so excited to start using my November budget worksheets. I have here the paycheck budget worksheet from my Feeling Foxy collection. This is a collection of worksheets that is available as digital downloads. You can get them in a few different ways: by buying them from my Etsy shop, which I will have linked down below, or as perks from certain tiers of my membership. So if you join my channel membership, and there is a link down below where you can click and join, there are several different tiers that you can choose from. If you join at the top tier of my membership, you get over 20 different digital download budgeting worksheets that you can download, print out yourself as many times as you'd like, and use them over and over again. It's the best deal. You get the best bang for your buck if you join at that tier of the membership. But if you just need a handful of worksheets and you join at the Budget Buddy tier, you get the Paycheck Budget Worksheet, and you also get the 2-page hybrid budget worksheet. So whichever way you like to budget, you get access to a budgeting worksheet if you join at the Budget Buddy tier. So all of the links will be down below. If you have any questions, you can feel free to leave them below. I'll answer them. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just know that someone's going to want these adorable fox worksheets, and that's how you can get them. All right. So for my paycheck budget, the amount of income that I intend to use is $1,600. I've said it before, but there's always someone new here. If you are new here, hi, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you will subscribe. But for a quick explanation, $1,600 is not the total amount of income I have for this pay period. It's just the amount that I am working with to make this paycheck budget happen. There are parts of my budget that I choose not to share. The $1,600 is what I'm comfortable sharing in terms of this budget. So if you're looking at this budget and you're wondering why I don't have a certain category listed, it may not be that I don't have those things in my budget. It may just be that those are one of the things I choose not to share. All right, let's start here in this fixed expenses category. By the way, if you join the membership or purchase the worksheets from my Etsy shop, your paycheck budget worksheet looks a little bit different. I changed these categories here to better represent my budget and the way that I do things. On the worksheet you will get, this one says checking account, I think, and this category says cash envelopes. I'm probably going to be moving to this version of the worksheet in 2025 for everyone, just to make it easy, but for now I have not yet made that change, so just so that you're aware of that. Under my fixed expenses, the only thing I have here are my December bills. So since we have now moved into November and we are a month ahead in our bills, all of the money that we collect for bills over the course of November will go into a checking account. It'll sit there for my bills in December. I have all my bills set up on auto pay. They just withdraw automatically from that account, and I aim to put $750 each week towards that account. So $750 is what I am budgeting for December's bills, and that's all of my fixed expenses. Pretty much everything else is variable. So that total is going to be $750 down here. All right. For variable expenses, these are the categories in my budget that I have the most control over. These are places that I can choose to spend a little bit less in order to have more for savings, or vice versa. So the categories here are grocery, eating out, and spending. And if you've been around for a while, the amounts that I am choosing to budget for these categories has not changed. It's been pretty much the same for the last few weeks. It's what seems to work best for me, so I'm sticking with it. So for groceries, I'm gonna budget $250. For eating out, I'm gonna budget $100, and for spending, I'm gonna budget $100. That just seems to be what works best for me, so why rock the boat? My total here then is $450. For sinking funds, nothing has changed here either. For my high priority sinking funds, I am going to budget $200. And then for my savings challenges, which I use to fund my lower priority sinking funds, I'm gonna budget $100. So I am gonna pull out $300 cash, and in fact, I have already done that. We are going to stuff this cash today as soon as I've finished up here. $300 to make that happen. I'm also gonna write in a line item for extra. I'm not gonna budget anything for it, but if at the end of the week I don't spend all of this variable money, I like to take the leftover and put it into mini savings challenges as extra savings for short-term savings. Okay, that's all of these are short-term savings goals. So the amount that I'm gonna budget then is $300, with the hope that at the end of the week I'll actually save a little bit more than that and we'll have some extra. We are not focusing on extra debt right now. We paid off all of our credit cards this year, which was a huge goal of mine, something I had been actively working towards for many years. Finally reached that goal this year. So excited. We do still have some debts. We have a truck payment, we have a car payment, we have a camper payment, and we have a golf cart payment. So all of those things could go listed here and we could focus in on paying extra to those debts. But right now our focus is just to pay the minimum payments, and any extra money that we have, rather than focusing on paying off those debts, is going towards savings. That may change in the future. I may change my mind, change my priorities, but for now that's where we're going with this. So I just crossed that out. Someday we'll probably focus more on paying extra to our debts, but right now savings is the priority. And that's pretty much it. So if we take the $1,600 that we started with in income and we subtract our fixed expenses of $750, our variable expenses of $450, our sinking funds of $300, that should equal $1,500 and leave us with $100 remaining, which I'm going to put down here under the savings category as a buffer. Anything that I don't spend of the $1,600 will go down here into our buffer and just sit there to act as a little cushion in my account in case one of these categories I go over budget in 1 week. If at the end of the month all of that buffer money is still sitting there, I will then transfer that to our long-term savings. So up here we have short-term savings. Anything extra at the end of our paycheck budget will ultimately go to long-term savings. And that's it. This process has not changed. If you've been watching me throughout October, these numbers are all exactly the same as what they have been. They've been working for me, so I'm not gonna change things up. All right. So that's my paycheck budget. Very much looking forward to this first full week of November. Wrapping up October, moving into November. November is one of my favorite months, so I'm very much looking forward to it and to sharing with you. All right, don't go anywhere, you guys, because next up, we're gonna go ahead and stuff this cash. Okay, friends, so I have $300 cash here. I'm gonna go ahead and count it out and get it put into my little cash tray here. Okay, so let me just organize it a little bit, make it easier to count. 200 of this is gonna get stuffed right into my high priority binder, and 100 of it is gonna go into savings challenge games. Both of those things are gonna happen in this video. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 300. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this into my cash tray here. Just to make it easier. I like when everything is all separated, all the denominations. Makes it much easier to get my envelopes stuffed. So I'm gonna just kind of set this here off to the side, and we're gonna start out with my high priority binder. These are the sinking funds that are my top priority categories that I wanna be touching and adding money to every single week without fail. When I play my savings challenge games, I don't move the money from the savings challenge to the lower priority sinking funds until those savings challenges are complete. So sometimes that money sits in sort of limbo for a little while. And for my lower priority funds, that's fine because I don't necessarily need to access those all the time, but these high priority funds, I don't like to play games with this money. This money needs to go directly to my most important savings categories, which are as follows. My son Austin's sinking fund here. By the way, these adorable trackers are from Sav Saves. She is an amazing creator here. I purchased these from her and I absolutely love them. They really help me to keep track of the comings and goings of each of these accounts. So today that I am filming this is 10:31. I'm a little bit late in getting this filmed, but better late than never. And for today, we are gonna add $20. Now $20 may not seem like a lot, but it all adds up, you guys. $20 here, $10 there. Before you know it, you have made a big jump in your savings. So with the extra $20 in here, we now have $125. We spent about $145 from this fund last month on things that Austin needed, so definitely need to build this back up. Okay, next up I have my camping sinking fund. This one is going to get $20 as well, which should bring it up to $225. I use this fund for anything camping related that we need. We have a camper that sits on an annual campsite, so we have to pay an annual fee there. We also have an electric bill there that needs to be paid. We will also sometimes pull from this fund when we need any like camping supplies or gear. Right now we are in the off season. My husband's going to the camper for hunting trips, but otherwise we're not really going camping since, you know, we're moving into fall and winter now. So we won't be pulling much from this fund for a little while, which is good because it'll give me a chance to build it up. Should have $225 now. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 220. Okay? Wait. I don't know why I wrote 225. It shouldn't be 225. It should be 220 because 200 plus 20 is 220. That's what I get for yapping to you guys instead of focusing on my numbers. Sometimes filming these videos, I get a little bit distracted. Okay. Next up is car. My car sinking fund is for our registration for our vehicles, as well as any repairs, oil changes, that sort of thing. And we're gonna add $20 here as well to bring this up to $170. So I'll add 20. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70. Perfect. Okay. Next up we have emergency, and to my emergency fund here we are going to add $20. Lots of 20s this time. Sometimes I add a little bit more, sometimes I add a little bit less, just depends on the week. So with the extra 20, that should be $270, which isn't gonna go very far in an emergency, but It's better than nothing. So 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70. Okay. Next up is my home fund. This is for any home repairs, any like home goods that we need, and I'm going to add 20 here as well, which will bring it up to 70. $50, $60, $70, perfect. All right, for insurance, this is for our homeowner's insurance. We're gonna add just $5 today, which again, doesn't seem like much, but it all adds up. And that'll bring this up to $225. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 225. Okay. Next up we have our medical fund, which I'm going to add $30 to, which should bring it up to $203, if that math is accurate. So we'll add a 20 and a 10. 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, oops, 80, 200, 1, 2, 3. Wow, that was a little convoluted. Let's just do it again. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. We have pet expenses, and for pet expenses, I'm going to add 30 as well. And right now it's empty. We spent a lot of money last month on pet expenses, so definitely need to build this back up. $30 is a good start. Okay. We have subscriptions, which is going to get a 5 to bring it up to 155. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 55. Perfect. All right. And then lastly, for my high priority funds, I have vacations. Vacations will typically stay in my low priority binder. I moved it to my high priority binder for now because we do have a trip coming up at the end of November, so I wanted to make this a higher priority. But once that trip is over, we'll move this back to low priority funds, most likely. And this one's getting $30, which will bring it up to 233. So we are all out of 20s, so we're gonna add 3 10s. And that's going to bring it up to 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 200, 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, so that is all of my high priority funds added to. Feels really good to make those a, you know, top priority. Get a little bit into each one. Now, let's play some games with what's left. It should be $100 left. I'm just gonna count it again to make sure I didn't screw anything up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. should be 80 here. Let me count it again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Okay, so I just missed a 5. And I know there are 21s here. I'm not going to count those again. So there we have it. Now let's go ahead and move into my savings challenge binder. I moved a lot of scratch offs into this binder because I have a lot of scratch offs that I want to get through before the end of the year. So we're going to do a lot of scratching today. We are also going to play some dice games. So let's just go ahead and get started with this very first challenge here. This is a $40 savings challenge from my friend Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307. This is ultimately the money from this gonna go to celebrations. So I'm just gonna mark that here so that I remember. And I have a couple more in there that I can use if I finish this one up before the end of the month. I need a scratch tool, so let me go ahead and grab that. All right, so I have my little scratch off tool here. I purchased this from Amazon and it is a lifesaver because scratching with those little coins was absolutely killing my hands. So this is much easier to hold and use. The amounts on here are 1 to 7, so we're gonna scratch, I don't know, 2 or 3 of these depending on what pops up. So let's just get started. All right, we have $3 here. So we have 1, 2, 3. And let's keep going. All right, we have 2 more. So I'm just gonna put these 3 back actually and grab a 5. And let's scratch again. All right, we've got another 5. I don't have any larger denominations than that, so we're going to be dealing in 5s and 1s today. Put all the larger denominations into the higher priority funds. All right, we have 6, so we'll do 5, 6, and let's scratch 1 more. All right, and 6 more, so 5 and 6. So that means for today we added a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, $22 to celebrations. I'm just going to use my little mushroom vac here and vacuum up all of these shavings. I love that thing. All right, that will do it for celebrations for today. Next up, we have Christmas. And for Christmas, I have been playing this Countdown to Christmas Savings Challenge book from Liz and Les. So what I like to do is roll a dice to figure out which page of the book we're gonna play. So I have my dice here and we will roll 5, okay? So, all right, so we are gonna go to page 5 and let me move some of this out of the way here. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the Christmas Village sticker challenge. And I believe I was using the bottom numbers for these. So let's go ahead and grab one of these trees for $10. Actually, I may have been using the top. I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go with $10. And I don't know that that's where that one was supposed to go, but whatever. All right, so we have $5, $10. Let's go ahead and roll the dice again. And we're gonna play number 4. So we're gonna go back 1. And this is our Mrs. Claus cookie baking contest. Okay, and it says roll a die and save the amount listed on each space you land on. Okay, so we're gonna start here. I think last time I actually ended here, so maybe we'll start here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, and we're gonna go 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna save $8. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and let's roll one more time and play one more page of this challenge. All right, we're going back to 5 for another sticker. And let's do another tree here for 15. Which I think goes right here. Oh no, I ripped it, you guys. That cannot mean good things. Oopsie. Sorry about that. There we go. Good as new. And that one we said was $15. So 5, 10, 15. So that means then in total for our Christmas book today, we saved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, $33, which feels great. All right, so we'll put that back in the back. We'll add $33 to our Christmas challenge. By the way, so far with that Christmas challenge book from Liz and Les, we have saved quite a bit. We have saved $50, $70, $90, $95, $100, $5, $10, $15, $20, $21, $22, $23, $123. And when I said earlier in this video that sometimes this money gets stuck in limbo, this is what I meant. We've been playing this Christmas challenge book for a couple of months now, but because I haven't finished it, this money hasn't been moved over to our actual sinking fund, so it's sort of in savings challenge limbo right now. Which is fine because Christmas is still a ways away, but I don't want that to happen to my higher priority funds, and that's why I just put the cash directly into them. All right, next up we have clothing. We were playing 654 for clothing, but I finished that challenge. So let's see what we have here that we can play instead. So back here I have some of my extra challenges. You know what? Let's play double dice for clothing. I was playing double dice for something else for a while, but we finished it up. I bought this savings challenge from Mischief Managed Budgets, and it's so much fun, so definitely want to play it again. So for clothing now we will do double dice, and let me just update this little card so that I remember that for next time. Alright, so if you are not familiar with double dice and you've never seen me play this game, it's super fun. So it comes with a little dashboard here, comes with the 2 double dice, which are 2 mini dice inside of 2 larger dice, and it comes with a little deck of cards. So I'm going to start by shuffling this deck. It says draw one of the 9 task cards, follow the directions on the card, write the amount in the spaces provided, continue saving until all spaces are filled. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to work on just 1 row of spaces, and when that 1 row of spaces is done, we will move that money to our sinking fund. Okay? So this will be round 1, round 2, and round 3. All right, so we're gonna pull, I don't know, we'll see, 1 or 2 cards today. So this says roll both dice and subtract the inside numbers. So we're gonna roll both dice here. We have 6 and 2. So if we take 2 from 6, that leaves us with $4. So we're gonna save $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I think we can definitely go again. So we will say, oh, we're subtracting again. We're gonna roll both dice and subtract the outside numbers this time. So 2 and 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, so that's pretty easy peasy. Let's actually go ahead and put these 4 back and grab a 5. And we'll go one more time. Okay? So we are going to roll only 1 dice, and we will add both numbers together. And since both is written in green, let's roll the green dice. All right, so we have 6 and 4 is 10. That's a little bit better. All right, 10 more going in here. We'll go ahead and stop there. That means we added 15 to double dice for clothing. Sometimes that one can get spicy because there's some multiplication in there, but today we got pretty lucky and it was pretty low key. All right, so that's it for clothing. Next up, we're gonna move on to this challenge, which I'm using for hobbies. It's been a little while since I played this one. Oops. Let's actually put the money in here. I got too excited about playing that Legend of Zelda game here, which is a little pull and save that I created for myself. I'm calling this Link's Rupee Savings Challenge. Okay, so for Link's Rupee Savings Challenge here, I have this adorable little bag full of rupees. Rupees are the in-game currency of my favorite video game, The Legend of Zelda, so I created a nerdy little savings challenge to save for all of my hobbies, which include playing video games, so it seems appropriate. So it's basically a pull and save. I am just going to pull out a few rupees here, and we'll save the amount that correlates with each rupee. This is not the amount that each of these rupees is worth in the game. I just chose randomly based on my budget. And today we are gonna pull, I don't know, we'll see. If I pull out a silver rupee, we may just stop there, but if I pull out one of these smaller rupees, we may keep going. So let's just see. Starting with, oh, a silver rupee for 20. Okay, so there you go, that's $20. Let's just go ahead and do one more and then call this done. All right, we have a green for 20, for 1 rupee, so that's 21. Yeah, let's do one more. Let's risk it all. All right, and blue. So we have 20, 22, $23. And I need some Sharpies to color these guys in. All right, so I don't have a silver Sharpie, but I do have this light blue one, so that's what we are going to use to represent silver. And on this green, you can barely even see it, but I want to color these guys in. And I'll also just write on here what they were worth. So we have 20 for the silver rupee, 1 for the green rupee, and 2 for the blue rupee. Okay, so that is a total of $23. So we have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, $23 going into hobbies. All right, so now we have $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 left, and we are going to move on to this little scratch off challenge, and this is going to fund my subscriptions. And this is Gourd Big or Gourd Home. It's a savings challenge that I created for myself. How cute is it? I absolutely love it. It's gonna save a total of $50. Hopefully I don't scratch anything more than 7. If I do, I'll just have to do an IOU. Oh my God, you guys. I swear I did not cheat. I made these ages ago. I do not remember what is under each of these stickers, but I just scratched a 7. So, perfect way to end this video. I swear I didn't cheat. I don't know if you guys are gonna believe me, but I didn't. So there you go, $7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 going to subscriptions. So that is obviously where I am going to end today. We didn't make it through all of the savings challenges, which is fine. I will just start with the next one in the list next week, which will be my medical savings challenge. That's a great place to start because that one can be pretty spicy. So I'm gonna use this little strawberry paper clip here to indicate that that's where we're gonna start next week. Remind me, you guys, that that's where we're starting next time. And we'll just continue to kind of go through these until we finish them all up throughout November. So that is gonna do it for today's video. If you liked it, will you please give it a thumbs up? That really does help out my channel. Leave an emoji down below of a strawberry if you made it all the way to the end. That just lets me know that you watched all the way through, and I really appreciate you for doing that. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.